What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the street reporter, and I got another update on the FBG Duck case. Remember, the Chicago Sun-Times released an article that kind of talked about what happened. Gave us a newer update of information we didn't know. FBG Butta name got linked in the paperwork somehow. Somehow a statement that he said it's a possibility the feds might use that in a case against the O Block 6. I find that crazy. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Turn me up on YouTube. This video got a lot of information in it. I want a lot of people to see it. They can get this update so we can stop making up fake stories and the internet don't really know what's going on. So I want y'all to hit the like button because I feel like Duck was a legend. I feel like this is one of the biggest cases in the drill culture and I need everybody to see it. So when you hit the like button, it helps with the algorithms. Let's jump right into it. I've been breaking reports lately on the FBG Duck case. Excuse that, that's like a train noise right there. But I've been breaking a lot of news lately on the FBG Duck case. The feds updated, his reports and gave the world more information about what happened. It linked in one of Chicago's biggest newspaper, the Sun-Times. Somehow FBG Butta name got linked to this case, not by one of the shootings or the killings, but because the feds are saying King Von played a big part in this. He was the guy who funded this. He paid for the killings and shit. It was a price on Duck head. The feds say King Von bought necklaces and shit for all the people who got down on Duck and shit like that. They also said that later on, Von went back later on and bought more necklaces and shit like that to give them out to people and shit like that. FBG Butta name got linked because the feds, put this in the paperwork that K.I. brother seen King Von stand over K.I. and shoot at her multiple times, That's what the paperwork said. The paperwork don't say a hunch or nothing like that. It says that K.I. brother witnessed King Von with his own eyes stand over K.I. and pump multiple shots into her and kill her. It also says that he shot at Butta too, and Butta was hit, but he was able to run away and get away and shit like that. Butta done told stories of surviving that shooting in interviews and shit like that. Butta has been saying wild shit in interviews, but I don't recall him saying King Von killed K.I. He was one of the ones that always was adamant saying that he didn't do that. Even though his name was in the paperwork, he was questioned about K.I. death. I never really heard Butta say King Von killed K.I. So when I seen this paperwork that says the feds saying that K.I. brother got first-hand knowledge that King Von killed K.I. and that he wounded him. That's the thing that got me confused because I don't believe this is nothing that Butta told the police. I don't think Butta cooperated. I don't think he snitched or anything like that because they said K.I. brother. Now, if they'll know the truth that FBG Butta is not really K.I. brother, it's not really related. Yeah, they call each other bros, but they're not really related. So the fact that the feds is putting in the paperwork, legal documents, brother, allows me to believe that maybe they seen this information off the internet. They watching the social media sites and shit like that because he not a real brother and they should know that. That's false information that they put out. They didn't say like brother, they said brother, actual blood brother, which means I don't believe there's no information that Butta told them. I think this information that source told them. I believe they got on the internet, started doing their homework, Googling. That's how they found out about dead bitches and exposing me in a lot of these rap songs and these beefs and shit like that. So I don't think Butta told on anything, but his name is in the paperwork. It's a possibility that the feds might subpoena him and have him hit the stand, to prove the temperament of King Von, that he was a killer, aggressive. He been had problems with them. He wanted Duck dead. They saying that a lot of this beef shit stemmed because of the war between Parkway Gardens and like Jarrow City and shit like that. They saying Duck death was basically retaliation in the middle of a gang war. They say K.I. lost her hands to somebody on O Block. They saying Odie lost his hands to somebody from like Jarrow City where STL is at. They also said it was other wars involved in that shit from shootings and shit like that. Remember, White, he actually lost his hands by somebody from Jarrow City and shit like that. So, these guys have been warring and shit. It's actually a guy on the murder case by the name of C. Murder, whose brother is named Sherrod, who the rumors on the street is that a guy named Boss Trail, which was real close to Duck, I believe his family was behind his murder. I can't stamp that, but I can tell you that's what the internet been saying for years and shit like that. So it always been beef between them hoods. We also seen like somebody from like Taekwon, rural Jaro City actually walk inside of a store and shoot a well-known, respected Black Disciple member from O Block named T-Roy. Allegedly, the videotape allegedly shows Get Right and TB. I can't stamp that, even though those persons had on the same clothes. Okay, so the feds is saying this war been going on. Somehow Butta name got mixed in that shit, man. They watching the internet. The feds know everything. This the reason why they gonna get the feds, because when you get the feds, they can use all kind of resources, surveillance footage, POD cameras. Hell, they even on the internet. They even got inside sources on this shit, man. So that's crazy. Is they gonna call FBG Butta up to the stand to tell that same exact story that I guess they said he told the internet? I'm not sure if they're gonna do that, and I don't think Butta would get on the stand anyway. In my opinion, any drill rapper on the stand, the optics, the visualization of it don't look right. Even if you ain't pointing nobody out, the fact that you got on that stand, people gonna screenshot that shit. That picture gonna make its rounds across the internet. It might end your career. People just don't like people telling. Yeah, people want, justice, but they don't want to tell on nobody. That's why I always say, in the real, don't nobody really want to solve no crimes. On some real shit, don't nobody really want to be the one behind no crimes being solved. One thing I can say is, I'm not sure if they got a lot of witnesses that's gonna point these guys out. Everybody had on like masks, they had hoodies on their faces. So even though those surveillance footages got these guys running in the cars, when they bailed out the car, started shooting, all you seen was people with hoodies on and shit like this. So it was hard to tell who's shooting who when you got a hoodie on like this and somebody shooting. You don't really know who that is, but if somebody say, hey, that's this person, it's that person, we got a videotape and I'm running and getting in the car, it is what it is. The feds claim that this amount of people jumped in this car, this amount of people jumped in this car. So they got a lot of information on this shit. What Butta come in, I'm not sure. What I can say is, listening to that and seeing that paperwork clearly let you know these interviews are being watched, especially if a crime be committed. Then it's a possibility they're going to go back to those interviews and see what's going on. I'm not sure the statement or what interview that Butta made those comments in, but I don't think Butta cooperated with the police. I clearly think just the feds doing their homework. But it is something about this when the feds implicate you in this shit. I don't know if he's been subpoenaed, if he's going to be subpoenaed or whatever. But the feds is claiming that they're going to use the statement that Duck close friend FBG Butta said against King Von to prove that, he had a background and a temperament to want to do some dirt to Duck, Von was actually killed less than a year after Duck lost his life. They both lost their life due to gun violence by the hands of rapper entourages, allegedly. Both cases have been charged. It's going to be court trials on this shit. So Duck and Von case are very, very similar in my opinion. That's crazy, but I wanted to bring to your attention, the feds might use a statement that FBG Butta made against King Von that kind of stamped the fact that he seen King Von stand over KI and blah, 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 blah. That's what the feds saying. Now, do I believe Butta told them this out his mouth? I don't think that. The fact that they said brother let me know that they doing their homework on the internet, and this couldn't be a statement because he's not a real brother in my opinion. So don't get to going and tell Butta you a rat, you a snitch or anything like that, because I don't think Butta did that. I just think this the feds being the feds. That's why I want to ask y'all a question. With the feds having all this information, surveillance footage, POD cameras, they got the cameras inside of O Block footage, which means the security guards wasn't with all that violence that was going on in O Block. You can clearly tell some of them security guards were scared because it seemed like they cooperated with the police and gave up every footage. I'm not saying all the security, because I heard it was some tough ass security out there riding with the O Block guys. But some of them security went with that shit. You can clearly tell because the feds got all those videotapes. The security handed them, and if you ask me, security played a part in identifying who those people were getting in those cars from them cameras. Because the feds can tell who 6 people running to a car is, They had to have somebody say, this, that person, this who got on the driver's side, this who got on the passenger side, this who got in the back, and this who got in the other car, So subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to keep you updated on this, man. Hit the like button. I appreciate the love. It's the homie True Teller Street Reporter. Blah, blah, blah.